Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here with Antonelli Softball. Today we're looking at some double play turns again from the second base position. We have an LSU infielder here, and we've talked about other ways to turn double plays in the past. As a second baseman, there's a multitude of ways to do it. The general rule typically, again, positioning can change this a little, but if you're in standard double play depth, usually the ball at you or to your right, you're going to underhand feed. The ball that's straight at you that you have to come into the line, you're going to power feed. The ball to your left, you're going to pivot and throw. And then the ball extended to your left, you're going to reverse pivot and throw. So that is an example right here of reversing pivot and throwing. And so usually you'll see this play made with one hand. You'll see the infielder kind of come over here. They'll extend out with one hand, and then they're going to pivot and throw. Here we have a two-handed play. Again, you'll see it this way sometimes. But let's talk about when you should do this and how to do it. And so as you start to move here to your left, you're going to reverse pivot a couple different times. One is when the ball beats you. So you catch the ball not out in front, but you catch it at or behind you as you're moving. You're going to allow the ball's momentum to turn me this way. So if I'm moving hard in this direction and I catch that ball again, even with my body or behind, I don't want to try to fight the momentum of the ball to come back this way and fight the momentum of my body. It's much easier to reverse pivot here. Now I would turn to the inside if my angle, instead of going here and catching it even or behind me, if I'm able to take an angle more this way, right? So I'm taking an angle more towards the catcher, and I might be moving left, but I'm moving in, and I can feel the ball out in front of me more. Now I can turn inside, okay? But you can see here she's starting to move this way. She fields this ball. I wouldn't say that this is behind her. It might be slightly in front, but because her body momentum is moving in this direction, it's harder for her to fight this way, and it's easier, again, to just use her momentum to turn there. Okay, now the footwork that you use is I'm going to, what I like to think about is that I'm going to take my right foot and put it where my left foot is, and then I'm going to take my left foot towards my target. So it's right to left, right? It's not a pivot. It's not both feet hopping at the same time. My right goes to my left, and then as my right foot approaches my left foot is going to turn and go towards my target, right? So it's right to left. And your right foot's not going to go in the exact spot of your left foot, but it's taking my right foot that way. Now I pick up my left, I plant my right, and now I can drive off of my right foot to make the throw. So I want to try to get my momentum to stop going towards the outfield. Now you won't always completely stop it. You can see here, right, she's falling away a little bit, but I would say that she's in control of her body, and that's the key thing. When you make this play, something to think about is making sure of one. And so on a ball hit to your left where you're running towards the hole and you say, you know what, I'm going to try to get the out at second, the chances of getting a double play on this probably are not very high. And so I need to make sure of one out. So I want to make sure I'm under control, and then I'm putting the ball on the shortstop, right? So I make sure of one. Where players get in trouble with this is they try to turn a double play all by themselves. They say, I have to be so quick because I'm moving away from the bag. I have to pivot quickly. I have to throw quickly. And then they throw the ball away. So I always say make sure of one out. Your job is to get one out. Take your right to your left to your target, set your feet, put a nice strong throw to the shortstop, and let the shortstop complete the double play. Your job is to get one out. Okay? Another coaching point on this play is this. Sometimes when infielders start to move to their left, they say, you know what, I'm moving away from second, I'm just going to take the out at first base. Now, I'm never going to complain about getting outs, right? We're trying to collect outs, but if I have a chance to pivot and throw to second, I would like to take that out because now I keep the runner out of scoring position, right? So I don't think I would blame a fielder if they threw the ball to first base, but I would like, especially if you feel confident as a second baseman, to be able to turn towards the outfield, reverse pivot, set your feet, make a strong throw, and collect the out. Again, even if it's not a double play, keep the runner out of scoring position, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Again, this is made a lot of times with just one hand, but if you are able to get here, again, the general rule is within the framework of my body, I can field it with two hands, and I would say that's within the framework of her body. Once it gets outside the framework of her body, you go one hand. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions, comment in the section below, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and we will talk to you later.